She's no other person than Miss. I know her to be Miss Sharon Dede Padiki, but I'll give her the privilege to introduce herself to the world, and then we begin the conversation. All right. So keep yourself up to your seat. Don't touch that screen. Let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for joining us on our show.
Thank you too for giving me the opportunity to appear on your show, which I'm very much honored.
Really are privileged to witness this because it's one of a kind, and we don't easily get this, especially here in Ghana. And so we are touched to come in and come share with you. Now, take us to, first of all, introduce yourself to them so that we can know who we are talking to today.
All right, I'm Sharon Dede Paddy, with my alias, which is the Padiki, and that's what I use for my paintings. And yeah, this is me, the CEO of Padiki Art Gallery, and it's nice seeing everybody watching me on this show. Thank you.
Right. All right, so she's done introducing herself, so let's begin why we are here. Well, we saw amazing works of you around, and then we decided to come to you so that you can explain to us how you came by this amazing stuff that we're seeing. First of all, how did you come by art?
Art has been part of me since I was born. I've always been drawing everywhere as a little child. Sometimes I'll be spanked for drawing at the wrong places and all that. But I don't think it went out of me. Once it was inbuilt, I think it's something that has always stayed where it is. At a point during my life, I did a few paintings which I gave out. Unfortunately, I didn't bring that one here today. I had this small painting I did for a friend, and she kept it after all over 30 years now.
And she's still having it now?
Yes.
Wow.
And it surfaced, and when I saw it, I was like, okay, I now get it. Because I had forgotten about all that. I went off art and entered into architecture.
Which is also, of course, also an act.
Yes, at KNUST. Went further to do my master's in construction at London South Bank University. And then, as at now, I think after discovering myself back into my art, I decided, and I'm into my PhD now in museums and heritage studies. And I think that is taking me back into my art.
Same thing.
Yes.
I mean, let's give it up for her. Well, that is a long profile, you know. You probably think of whether because she does only arts, but look at what she's saying. Out of arts, she's entering into a lot of things that it will blow your mind, and we will take it one after the other. We have a long way to go, so we take one after the other. But think it's true. During your childhood, at what age, if you can remember, did you really discover that you can do these amazing works?
When I came to my realization, you know, as you're a toddler, you can't really, but from what I remember, about 6 years, yes, I knew I was in.
At age 6?
Yes, I knew I was in art. Because, like I was telling you, I used to even pluck dry leaves, try and stick them on papers, flowers, and all that, and it was there. Yeah, it was something that was there.
At age 6, you discovered this. Did parents buy into this idea? Because this is where every parent would love the child to become, in quote unquote, either a bank manager, a doctor, or which of the big careers that we can think of. But at age 6, you discovering yourself, had they also discovered you in this particular career?
My mom, who I lived with most of my life, was a scientist. Yes, she was a doctor in entomology. And so it was quite opposite art.
Definitely.
And obviously in our olden days, And in Africa,
right,
art was not really recognized. So she saw me doing it.
Okay.
But she didn't really
Buy into that.
Yeah, buy into it in any way, because she was always like, no, concentrate on your other courses and that's what's gonna give you a profession and all that. But there was this uncle of mine called Dr. Edwampoma. He showed interest. So when he comes and I'm doing those, then he'll be like, do one for me. Let me put it in my office.
Okay.
So
Yes.
So I got more into it. I'll do it on a paper, stick it on a cardboard, and then he was putting it at the window in his office. And anytime I enter his office, and I still feel good. I'm like, hey, I've done a drawing, and it's being displayed in the
offices of the angle.
And it was a very big motivation for me, if I may say.
All right.
Yeah.
So from age 6, you had already discovered yourself, and then going on. Let's take it a bit family-wise. Where do you come from, background-wise? Where do you come from, and then where do you represent?
Okay. My mom is an Ekuyapem from Ebri, and my dad is a Krobo from Somaya.
Alright.
So we are the paternal. So I am a Krobo.
Right.
That's why I'm Dede. That's why I'm Padiki.
I'm coming to it.
Alright. So now you discover the talents, which let's go a bit to education too. You've already told me of PhD, master, but let's go back a bit. Basic, junior high school, then I will call it primary and GSS, and then to now that you are, where did you attend your school?
Okay, I went from nursery to class 6. I was at Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana Primary School at New Tafo, where I grew up. Then I moved to Association International for 1 year. Then I moved to Flagstaff House Middle School to do my common entrance. Because common entrance was fading out at that time.
Yes.
So I was pushed there, did my common entrance, came out well. Then I went to Krobo Girls Secondary School.
So you were a Krobo girl?
Yes, Krobo was shy.
I did. But there was this, so if we're in Krobo Girls, sorry I don't intend to catch you, there's this story that surrounds around Krobo Girls. If you can relate to it.
Oh.
A little story from there.
A little bit of truth.
and you've been in it, so
once you've gone through,
you'll probably have that story.
You know.
So you have one of the stories.
Just a little.
Alright, so from there.
Yeah, from Krobo Girls, I went to do my A-levels at Ebri Girls Secondary School, where I was an assistant dining hall prefect. And then after my A-levels, I moved on to KNUST. Started the architecture, and then I did that for my first degree. So after the first degree, I started the postgraduate diploma, still at KNUST. But along the way, I realized I wasn't so much into the architecture, and I rather saw myself, I'm somehow a tomboy. Yes. So I saw myself more into the construction side. So I moved on, I got out. I didn't finish the PG. And I got out to do my master's in London, South Bank University, in construction and project management.
Alright, so let's say that with architecture you didn't complete it.
I did. I have my first degree
in that.
But the
you were supposed to continue.
Yes, which I didn't finish. And then I jumped into my master's in the construction.
Because you had already discovered yourself in construction.
Yes.
Alright.
So after my master's in London South Bank, I came to Ghana to work a bit with Pro Design, where they used to do interior design and build, which was more of me. Because of the arts, yes. I went to State Housing Company Limited. I worked there as a project manager, and then I think from there I went to Akwaba Estates.
So you're doing a lot when it comes into construction, when it comes into
Yes.
estating and all that.
Yes.
Then why did you pause to come back to your basics, which is arts?
Okay, I'm coming. From Ekwaba, I entered into Waltech,
Okay.
where we used to do this fast type of construction. Yeah, where we use steel
Okay.
and mesh.
Alright.
And then after there, I concentrated on family, bringing up my families. I have 3 kids.
Okay.
And then with time, got married, got out. It was when I stepped out of the marriage,
Okay.
then it just occurred to me that you can draw. So all the years I have spoken about, nothing
never
else
came into
came.
your mind.
So my classmates keep calling me and saying, we sat in a class with you 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. We never saw you drawing. We don't know you can paint. Because I blanked it out, so I think it just went off.
Right.
So it was after I divorced, then I was like, it just came. I think I was getting myself back.
Okay.
So I told my children, you know I can draw. They said, oh mommy, no, you can't draw. I said, I can draw. Then one day I got up with them and I went to buy a canvas at Oka Decor.
Okay.
Put it down. For about a year, I never touched it. So after that year and a half, then one morning I woke up. I said, I told you people I can draw. Today I'm going to draw. Then I picked
The canvas.
and I got some colors and then I did something. Then they went like, oh, so
You can draw.
you can draw. I said, yes. So that was when it started again. And since then, I just started painting.
Alright. So ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are around the world, you are uncovered and we're having check chats with the CEO of Padiki Arts Gallery, and she's telling us interesting stories that will blow your mind. Now look at where she started. She paused the arts, went into another thing which was very benefiting, and then suddenly discovered herself back again, that she had something that could actually blow your mind with it, which even the children did not believe that, but she proved them wrong. Alright, so let's come back to it and see to discovering back act again, and then how she professionalized this. It's been with you naturally.
Yes.
That nobody has to stress you before you do this. But professionally, how did you also come by that?
Yeah. At the moment, I'm working at Accra Technical University as an assistant development officer and the head of hostels. But my spare times, when I've closed from work and I'm home, I just, especially when it's dark, quiet, everyone is sleeping,
That's where the creativity.
that's when it comes. So I just put on my music and then I just started painting. And then I was doing it as a hobby.
Okay.
And then
So it wasn't like this.
No. When it's a friend's birthday, I said, oh, let me just do a painting for you. When I see someone's office, I said, oh, let me just dash you the
That.
painting. So I kept doing that. Then one friend, Nanama Kusiapa,
Okay.
she works at Goyle. Then she was like, I did a painting for her in her office. And she said, Dede, this is too nice. You have to go commercial.
Okay.
You can't be just doing this thing as a hobby. I said, no. It's just, she said, no, we have to talk.
Wow.
So as time went on, one of my aunties, Ruth Padiki,
Okay.
yes, she's also been a very good pillar to the building of this gallery. She and a friend called Jemima,
Alright.
they just started pushing me to
do more.
and open a gallery. And I was like, how can I? It takes so much
to do that.
And then if I may go back, they brought up something that I had done before, which was paintings for Rock City Hotel. Brian Champon. Along the way, before the gallery setup came in, I met him at an Every Girls Presec meeting. And then I gave him a card. And I said, oh, I paint. It wasn't even a painting art card.
Okay.
It was an Accra Technical, my
Where
normal
you
card.
working?
Yes. And I told him I paint. So if he wants a painting, he can call.
that.
So I was there one day and he called and said, can you do 600 paintings? I got scared a bit.
No, but that time, has he seen any of your works, any of your arts?
He hadn't, no.
And he still had that belief that
Yes.
you can do that for him.
Yes. So I was like, Honorable. I said, Honorable, I can do it. Then he said, okay, I'll let my PA see you and we see how.
Do that.
So I was there and the lady came and then I said, what do you want? I showed her my paintings that I had at home.
Okay.
She said, oh no, they are too bright. We want earth colors. So I was like, I'm going to branch into a different color scheme.
And then you see how it goes.
Because I'm a very colorful person.
Okay.
Yes. But I was like, I don't know, but if it was another thing, maybe I would have gotten scared. But because it was the arts, I
you
was
weren't
still,
stressing yourself.
no, I was still at ease. And I said I could do it.
Right.
So I just started doing samples in the earth colors for them.
Right.
And then after the third one, he said, you can go.
Mm.
And I just took the brush, got the canvases made, and I produced 600 paintings in less than 3 months.
Whoa.
Yes. And as we are speaking, I have 1,500 paintings at Rock City.
Whoa.
Yes.
This is so amazing. From 600 to 1,500, which the person did not had even seen any of her works. And the person decided that she should do that. These are some of the difficult things that people have believed in us to do it. And the man trusted her that she could do that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's live on Uncovered. And we're right here at Padiki Art Gallery. Today we're discovering arts and how she came by them, how she went through it, and how she's been one of the dominant when it comes into arts. But we would like to hear more of the stories. Art is something that really have not been considered and paid attention to here in Ghana. You're doing it in Ghana and looking into it. This man that believed in you and made you do that, this is for Rock City. But let's look at Ghana. Is this accepting?
Yes, for now. But just a while ago, it wasn't. But recently, it looks like the Ministry of Tourism and Arts and Culture,
Right.
they are really enhancing
Art.
and bringing out art in Ghana.
Okay.
And it's taking effect. It's taking effect now
Right.
very well, and it's not that bad. What I can say is I think they are really being of help.
Okay.
Yes.
That
because
is what I was coming
as of now, apart from the diasporas that come in, the foreigners,
Right.
Ghanaians are buying art.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
Ghanaians are buying art for their offices when they build these office complexes, hotels, Airbnbs. They are ordering artworks.
Right.
Yes.
How are we also channeling it when it comes into art and creative arts? Are we also trying to connect with like the tourism ministry that you're talking about? Have you tried connecting with them that
Yes.
this is what you're also doing?
Yes.
Have they come in to support?
Yeah, they are coming in.
They are.
You know,
they-
we just set up not long ago.
Okay.
But they are coming in because
Okay.
during our luncheon, the deputy minister is coming in
Okay.
to
Okay.
lunch it for us with a few people from the tourism industry.
Okay.
The Ghana Museum, the museum director is also
being
really
there.
supporting.
Okay.
I have my paintings in the museum, in the National Museum,
Right.
being displayed. Some are being sold
Okay.
at the shop,
All right.
which is a very good support.
All right. So, since she's saying that the ministry has come in and still coming in and will come in, then I am happy about it. All right. So, what I would love for us to do is that we're here to unearth and project arts that we see around here, and so we will try pick few, and then she will give us explanation to them because every single act that we see here has an explanation. She was telling me a few days ago about the acts she's doing, which has a lot of explanations to both the nation and Africa as a whole. But let's do it. See a few of them, and then we will ask her how she came by those designs. All right. So, okay. So I'll pick this. Are you still getting us?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take it one after the other. Let's look at these designs. Can we pick it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This design.
Yes.
I think I saw a video of this particular design, and I would love for you to explain. What was this about?
This is basically, it's mainly, you can see a chief in his colorful kente with his ornaments,
Right.
which is truly African.
Right.
But on top of him, there's no face.
No.
On his head is covered a European crown. And when you see that crown, it's a symbol of colonialism in like a system.
I'm guessing.
So this is depicting the fact that
Right.
we have our culture, our heritage. We are still valuing it, but we are still under the colonial rule.
Let's give it up for her, man. Listen, it's good we came here today because I have been watching the picture and video of this particular one. Trust me, I didn't get it. I was only seeing royalty, and then with the foreign royalty that she was talking about, but my mind never went to what she said. So you see, like I'm saying, every act in this room has a meaning, and you got it right. All right. So where do you get your inspirations?
From within. When I'm there, sometimes I can be here with you and I'll just tell you I need to go. Because if I don't go and scribble what has just come within me, I might lose
You'll
it.
go.
Yes.
So everything you do in terms of arts comes naturally to you.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So you got explanation to this, right? All right. Let's put it down and get another design, which also speaks lots of volume, and she will get that. All right. So Miss Paddy, take us through this. Yeah, it will be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So take us through this.
This one is a slave woman who is in chains and bondage. And you can see her fellow woman also hanged on the tree, which is what was happening in the pre-colonial
Right.
in our time,
In the early days of our old
ages,
age,
yes, when the Europeans took
Okay.
over.
Right.
So it's kind of singing out. You can see the music tunes here.
Right.
So she's kind of, this thing used to be put on their necks for them to sink into the muddy waters.
Okay.
So as she's sinking, she's singing out for her freedom. And as you can see, the chains are breaking. When you look towards your side, you see that there are pieces of
Chains broken. Right.
breaking from that
The hands,
single
right.
arm. Yes. So it's a kind of freedom. It's a painting that is depicting freedom of the African slave woman from the colonial rule.
All right. So the previous painting that we were looking at in the explanation, and it says that yes, though we are independent and free from our colonial rule, yet indirectly we are being ruled by our colonial rule.
Yes.
And are we having that now?
That's what we are in now. Because we are following the Europeans blindly in a way. It's kind of undercover, but it's still going on. Right now, they don't come for us and put chains on us, but we go ourselves to go and labor there for them. You understand?
Right, I get you.
And even our system of even our own African clothes, if you delve deeper, you will realize that they are not even printed in Ghana. You will go to Germany, Holland. That is where the GTP factories are. So we are still under them. You see, we call them our traditional clothes, but we are not producing it. The money that we are making, we buy it, and it goes into their pockets. So one way or the other, we are still under the colonial.
Of course, there's a lot of provings that can testify to what she's saying. Even now, in our act of how we ruled our country, in terms of governance, we're still taking instructions from them. And at the end of the day, they have to decide. Now, recently, IMF issue came in and they had to come down all the way to this place, deciding for us as to how we can even use the money. So what she's saying is very, very true. But today we are talking about art and then not particularly that. But because of the explanation she gave, I think there's a lot to what we just see as images. Alright, so let's try other images. This one. Alright, this was what she showed me a few days ago. And it's here. She started right from the beginning when she started. And I saw her how she started it. And finally she sent this. And it blew my mind. And it was a few times so I was asking her, are you not sleeping? What is the explanation to this?
What we see first is an African lady with her long mouth, protruding mouth, big lips, and her cloth is somehow falling off.
Okay.
Which is what I was describing.
Okay.
It's like this is mainly Ghana. Our culture, we are somehow losing it one way or the other. So she's trying to push it up, and she's holding a trumpet or something, blowing it with her music, and we can see the black star here,
Right.
which is breaking. And I painted this in relation to Apioko's program that we held on Friday night at the National Theatre. Because she asked a question in her theme, that is the black star still whole or is it melting? Yes.
That was where you got the idea
Yes.
to do this.
So I brought it out here to show that truly the star is melting, but we will save it one way or the other.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And it takes only natural inborn talent to discover these things, because if you watch this picture, vividly, you can take it out of the box and just, especially if you were a man, you can only look at, the features and you can just leave it.
I think that one was there too for me.
But I wouldn't sink you deep for what she's saying, like our culture being dripped down and then being pulled back because she's struggling to still hold our culture, like her, what she's doing. And then with this, trying to hold the black star, which is gradually falling. And this is very deep. You can't get it anywhere than only inside Padiki Art Gallery. Any other thing that you would love to show the world and audience about your art? Alright.
Okay, we have this types of paintings too.
Okay. Alright, so she has
This
this.
one depicts the African family moving probably on a pilgrimage. So this is their backside. So you see a typical African man in his cloth,
Right.
the wife and the baby, the children. So it's just a lovely family picture to put in a family home.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright. In arts and giving instructions to families, African families. Now let me get to her and ask through this. What do you think religion has done to us in terms of we as Africans? Has religion caused us anything in terms of we being African? Taking this family and looking at way back till now, are families still holding in terms of linking it to art and religion?
One way or the other. When it comes to our religion, which is mostly the Christianity, that's the major one.
Right.
Although we have the Islam as
right.
well, they are both similar. And I think when it comes to marriages, the reason why most marriages are being held on to now is because of God. Because even when someone is suffering, they are like, oh, yami, yaminti, or that kind of thing.
Right.
But I think we have to start. Let's come out of ourselves. We have to be ourselves. It's not God. God doesn't want you to suffer.
Right.
So I think anyone in a marriage that it's not going well, rather tell God that, God, I'm going out because you've shown me that it will not work.
Okay.
And he might get you a better one.
Right. So you also advocated the fact that if you are in a marriage and then it's not working out for you,
Yeah.
it's not going well for you, work out.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And not only her has said that, I think I've seen religious gospel musicians also coming out. Recently, I saw Celeste Nadongo also coming out to say this. I've seen Christian Love come out to say this. And a lot of it, not only the gospel acts, there are a lot who are also advocating for this because there's a lot that is going on into marriage that, trust me, if you don't come to voice out, there are a lot who are dying into marriage. And linking it to family, this is what she has to say. I think we have other acts to describe and then we will dive deeper. Alright, so this, she can also explain to us what is this about.
This is just a simple bone shaker, old bone shaker that we used to use for trotro when we were young.
Okay.
Yes, so it's just an abstract form of it. And then it's still 1957. So it goes back to our heritage.
Definitely. So what are these projections that you want to give to your art?
I think when I look at my themes or my the perspective within which I paint, apart from my abstracts, my normal abstracts, when it comes to the figure ones, I think I'm more into the heritage side,
Right.
and then my femininity, because that is what I normally love bringing out. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Talking about femininity, you've defended and stood for women in terms of acts, but coming through as industry, as governance, the domination of women in our governance, you think that women are given that opportunity more to dominate in terms of arts, in terms of governance? You think the men are being fair to the women?
Of late, yes.
Okay.
Of late, yes. It wasn't like that before, but now the percentage keeps increasing because you see a lot of women being given positions to rule, and I think they are doing well for that.
All right.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're live on Uncovered here. We come here to unearth, to project, and to promote. And today, we're right inside Padiki Art Gallery, where you have a lot of arts being explained to you. I think I've seen one there, and I'm seeing the Usher Fort, if I'm right.
Yes.
What was this idea all about? Because I could see the Independence Arc there,
Yes.
and then I could see the
Black
Usher
Star
Fort, the Black Star Square.
And the Larabanga
Right.
Mosque.
All right. So this
So
was
these
also
are important features in Ghana
okay.
that I just featured on the painting.
So she does a lot of things, not only for that, but for also to describe Ghana to the other parts of the world. Because when you come to Ghana, these are very historical places that you can go there and then for tourists and everything. All right, so there's another one here. I'm gonna show them this. What were you also trying to portray
This is a typical heritage painting where we have a bone shaker
Okay.
with our 1957
As
and our
usual.
flag on it blowing.
Okay.
Then we have our old form of TV, which we used to watch when we were young.
Right.
And then there's this beautiful African woman with her thread hair. And then I brought a thread that we used to braid it. And then that's the record, the old record player
Okay.
that we used.
Alright. So
Yes.
there's also a sense of touch when it comes to that. But among all the images here, I am more interested in this one because it also identifies a lot when it comes into women and how they keep their hair. I love how she's kept her hair. But look at
Thank
this and this. How many of you watching this remember this? And using it to do
It's
this?
still in the market. Yeah.
But why aren't you using it?
That's why I told you, we are losing our heritage, we are losing our culture, you see, and we are just entering into the European
system.
Yes,
And then
without being aware.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Deeper. We will go. I think there's the main gallery is there. We have another gallery that we can show. Okay, so that's the office. All right. So, what's my producer saying? Is there any other image that we can look into? All right. So there's one at the far end, and with that, what does that also mean? All right. So we can also help you to bring it. Okay. All right. So
this is another slave woman. Yes. And you can see that she's in chains with her heavy ball holding her legs, but she's still breaking. Yes. So it boils down to feminism.
Right.
It boils down to freedom from colonialism. So there can be different meanings aligned to it.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a woman, somebody might use the feminism and say it's a woman who is under bondage. She can be under bondage in marriage, she can be under bondage even in her workplace or anywhere, and she's just breaking free. And then she can also be a slave breaking away from her masters. Yes.
Right, so there's a lot to learn right here. I will entreat you wherever you are around the world to come to Padiki Arts Gallery. There's a lot to learn here. I think that the creative arts and tourism should give you a portion in our galleries in Ghana so that you can give them, because there's a lot that you're doing here, there's a lot that is here that if it should be in our galleries for the arts and creative, there will be a lot of explanations to our heritage, our values, our cultures that we will be able to do this. So I will entreat, if there's anybody in the gardens watching us right now, I think Miss Padiki needs to be given the opportunity in the arts gallery so that she will showcase some of these things. But diving deeper into governance, I am much interested in tourism coming to this place, in tourism endorsing and giving endorsement to you so that you'll be able to showcase this. What is this that we are not doing right? You are much focused into heritage, value, cultural tradition. What aren't we doing right to keep our culture?
Like I was saying earlier, you see, we are somehow breaking away from our culture in terms of our dressing, even the food we are eating, presentation of our food, how we present ourselves, our way of life are just switching. You see, because it's like now, even if you go and take a calabash to serve somebody in the house,
you'll
be seen as a bush person. But I will value
that
a calabash being served to, because I that's part of my culture. Yes, it brings out the beauty of the culture. So I think as much as, yes, we need to be developed. That one, no two ways about that. But as much as we are developing, let's still take our cultural items, develop them, make them look, put some. We need to put some into a value into it, and then let it maybe beautify it. You see, to suit our current living conditions.
But how you're saying things, would you also agree with me that we are not even valuing what we have? Like the same way you are transferring them to this art, are we not also losing it by what you're saying? Are we disvaluing what we have as our own?
Yeah. For instance, our timber. You will go outside and you will see a dining table made of maybe wawa or a very odum or something, and it will be so expensive. But they brought it from here. We have carvers here, so why don't we encourage our carvers to do that for us? And we rather sell it that price, find a way to export them, and then let the country make money out of it.
So we are talking about things that will develop the country. Now, Miss Bell, let me ask you this: is it whose fault? Who aren't doing
something right? Who am doing this thing right? Is it me? Is it you?
It's
Is
all
it
of us.
Ghanaians or who?
It's all of us.
And
It's all of us.
and for how long?
I think we need a change of mind. Our mindsets need to be changed.
Right.
You see, and it has to start from one person
Right.
and move before I think we can.
You have
If we
that
get
change.
collective
Mindset change.
yes, before it can work. Because it will take a long time. Because looking at where we are, but I don't think it's late. Everything is possible.
Right.
Once we get a positive mindset, I think we can move
All right.
as a nation.
Once we get a positive mind, we can move, and a lot can be done in this country, Africa, and the world at large. Well, let me come to her as we drive down to the end of conversation, but I am much interested in how we can develop this. Now, this is a gallery, full gallery. That do you have a mindset of having the privilege for other people to come in and learn what you're doing? Do you intend extending it?
This is my most difficult part. Because of the way my talent is, I'm not being able to teach.
Whoa.
But I might be able to motivate. So because a lot of people have been approaching me to teach.
I would love to learn
And
this.
I think I have to take from my mind that I can't teach.
Okay.
But I rather have to develop on the motivational aspect.
Okay.
And maybe get these youngsters
Right.
who their parents have seen the skills in them, get them here sometimes, set them up, do what you want to do.
Right.
You know, just give them the chances to blow their minds,
Sure.
encourage them, motivate them, and I think the best will come out of them. Yes.
As a country, we have centers like this where you can go in, and even if you are not ready to learn, you can go in and see these things, and it can inspire you to do what we're doing.
We have a few galleries, not much. Yes, the First Lady opened one at Osu. She inaugurated one house, and then there's one on Manye. But they are for various artists.
Okay.
So I think I'm just one of the few that is
able
one
to
artist
do
that has
this.
opened the whole gallery.
Okay.
So I'm really willing to. I'm setting up the front,
Okay.
get a few things for children, and then organize a few sessions for children, and also I'll be doing more of party paintings
Right.
as well.
Right.
Where if anybody is doing a party and they want to have painting at their parties, Padiki Art Gallery is here.
Right.
We will bring our boards, our canvases,
Right.
and then everything, all the painting items. You bring your people, we set them up, we do the competitions, and I think it's going to be fun.
Nice.
Yes.
I love these innovations. When it comes in, you'll be able to train more people. You'll be able to inspire more people. Yes, whilst we are here, we are on airport. We are projecting and we are promoting. And so every act needs to be marketed well to the world that is watching us. If I come to Padiki, how much am I to buy this?
This one is sold.
Okay.
It's already been bought.
Okay.
That's why it was out in my office.
All
Yes.
right.
And
All right. Let's no, there's still estimately.
this shouldn't scare people.
Yes.
The price shouldn't scare people because it depends on the painting, the inputs,
And then how it's
that is how it's
the
priced.
volume
But
of the art too.
this was sold for 4,000 Ghana.
Okay.
There are paintings that are lower, cheaper,
Yes.
beautiful for your spaces. Every type of person can come
afford
in
to buy
and will
from-
be able to afford a type of painting.
All right.
So it doesn't matter which or
All right. So don't let 4,000 scare you. Yeah. but does it go ahead?
yes,
4,000?
yes, some are higher. Yes, it depends.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. Yes, we're still selling, and so let's look at it. This can go for 4,000 and even more or less. All right. So there are also other ones that when you come in, per how you want it, per the inspiration behind it, you can also get yours.
at a very affordable fee. All right. So as we intend to go, let's look into how we can also manifest this from the gallery to other galleries. Do you intend to expand this from Accra?
Yeah, with time. This space is very small for us for now, as you can see. There are paintings that can't even be hung now. But you start from somewhere. Once it's good to start. Because if you say you're waiting for the bigger space, you'll never get it. So we are starting here, and obviously we're going to move to bigger spaces. We're going to move to other regions, and I know it's going to go throughout Ghana.
Where do Paddy want to go with art?
As far as it can take me. As far as the art can take me.
All right. And looking at the international market, I've seen few ambassadors, few foreigners come in per pictures I saw. Are they buying into it already?
Oh yes.
Outside?
Oh yes. I've got a couple of paintings at the UK now,
Okay.
which people are patronizing. Yeah, they're buying
Okay.
one way or the other.
All right.
And it's quite
Impressive. All right. So we need to support this. That has been my projection of why I came here. We need to appreciate people like this. We need to come in and support. We need to promote it. When you see these things online, try as much as possible to showcase it, to show it to other people. Try as much as possible for other people to see this. Somebody made me saw it, and we decided to come in and showcase it nice. And so basically, when you also see it online, just share it for other people to see. This is what a Ghanaian is doing. She's not a foreigner. She's a Ghanaian, and portraying our art and culture through art. And so I think the best that we can do is to support it. The best that we can do is to promote it. The best that we can do is that when we see her works, we should be able to recommend her to other people. Miss Paddy, is there any other last words that you got?
Yeah, we have African cloths here.
Okay.
We have carvings, beads. We have children's watercolor, color books, color pens, pencils, palettes, paintbrushes, and we have the owari. We have a few African things, crayons. So when your kids want to paint, we have canvases, small canvases with their stands, which we can sell. We sell for the little children who wants to start doing art.
All right. Looking forward, it's all boiled down to, yes, hobby, naturally. But looking at it, does painting really sell?
Yes. Let me put it that way. Yes, it does.
It sells.
It sells. Because I would say it sells because it's different for me. It's different from a merchant who says, I'm going to sell paintings. So he's going to buy it and he wants it to be bought
no matter how, what I
am different. I'm an artist.
Okay.
I paint out of my will. When my paintings are here, if someone walks in, just views them, speaks to the art speaks to them, it's even enough. So the day someone also comes and says, I want to take it home, yes, it's selling. So in both ways, as they watch, as they buy, it's still selling. So art sells. Yes.
Art sells, and you can also venture into it and then do it more. It's not only here, there's a lot of people that you can do this naturally inborn and you can project it to the world like she's doing. All that I can say is that, again, let us support people that does this, because there's a lot that they can contribute, not only individually to themselves, but to the whole nation, because per what they paint, they show our cultural values, they show our tradition to the other parts of the world. And as you can see, not only her art in Ghana, but other parts of the world. And look at what she's contributing to the world. And she's a Ghanaian, and so let us support. How do we find you?
Oh, I'm located opposite the Goyle filling station near the former Jokers on the Labadi Beach Road.
All right.
And we are also on Google Maps.
Right. I think it was easy for us to get here.
Okay. When you type in Padiki Art Gallery, it will bring you right here.
Right.
So, and then our number 2 is 0243 634 924.
Okay. Let's take the numbers again.
0243 634 924.
Do you have anything to tell individuals, parents, families, the country as a whole, and to our governments? What do you have to tell them?
First, to the government, the president, I'll be happy if he invests more into arts and tourism, because it's something that, if it's well invested in, it can make money even more than the other things we have now.
Right.
It's really a good
That's
venture
very true.
that needs to be invested well in. Then, to teachers, they have to encourage children who exhibit art in their talents or their deeds. Then, also to our parents. Any parents, like I always say, who has a child exhibiting anything about art, encourage them, push them, let them know they are, just let them know how valuable they are, and you will see them, magic that will come out of them. You never know. That child might be a top artist in the world,
right,
and might also sell a 1 million painting like I'm going to do one day. So I think with art, we should all take art. Let's take it serious. Let's love it. Let's appreciate it. And let's try to invest in it as well. It's nice to have an art piece in your stairway, bedrooms, your hotels, your offices, anywhere. Art can be anywhere. Your pool sides, anywhere. It depends. So I think when Christmas Day is coming,
yes,
try and get some, walk in here, get something for your loved ones. And I'm sure the love will be more. Thank you.
All right, so we're hitting into festivities. I think these are some of the things that we need our homes that we can deal with it. All right. My producer loved these things, and she started pointing fingers. Probably you have to come back and carry most of them out. And so we see. So we're getting to Christmas. Come to Padiki Art Gallery and then get yourself an art where it's a sign of love, it's a sign of value, it's a sign of tradition, it's a sign of portraying culture and art. And so for what she said, I repeat, the government should invest in art, the creative art, and especially these things, because these are some of the things that sells us around the world. And so when you invest in them, we have a long way to go. All right, this is where we draw the curtains. But just before we go, how do we find your social media? We are in the digital world, so how can we find your social media?
Our website is www.padikiartgallery.com. We are on Twitter. We have social handles: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all that. You'll find us there.
All right, so let's go check them out. It's Padiki, Padiki, and then the art is ART, and then gallery is GALLERY. Just let's go check them out, and then they have a lot of works for us. All right, producer, if you can take, if not 360 round of it, let's take them through the arts that we have here. And so we see, start from this side. All right, so all these things you're saying are right here, that when you come, you have yourself a copy and you can advertise for Padiki as well. So let's check it out one after the other, and then we look into it.
Good, you didn't explain
Oh.
Oh, look.
I think we will climax it with our last painting, which she herself caught it with it, and so we will do with it finally. I don't want you to finish, come back, and let's finish with this one. Okay. Alright. Are they well taken?
Yes.
Alright, so let's sign out with this. Alright, so all the things you saw right at the cameras are right here at Padiki Art Gallery, and we invite you to come. Alright, finally we are signing out with this particular one. She pointed it, and so I would like for her to explain it, and then finally we go to go. Alright, so
It's called the point of no return. And that says it all.
the point
Of no return.
Why do you call it that? Well, you've seen a lot of chin. Some chaining like that where you can testify to it. Alright, so it's called the point of no return. Once you get in there, you can go back.
Yes.
I hope you watching out there understands. Alright, so let's leave it there. Alright, so on that note, this is where we draw the curtains for today's episode on Uncovered. Now, get this right. On Uncovered, we come here to unearth, to project, and to promote talent that is impacting positively into society. So it doesn't matter if yesterday you saw us at the studios jumping with artists. Don't worry yourself. Today we're right here to show you what you need to know. Alright? I think we've got a lot of viewers today. If
bring you what you holding.
who is saying that?
Producer says bring what you holding team.
I think Dr. Flo really understands this. So Dr. Flo, if you are watching from home, alright, so we will have to talk to Miss Penny and then we bring you. I think you understand. That's why you say we should bring it back. Alright, so that is that. Alright, Miss Penny, thank you very much for accepting to speak to us, and we would love to come in every day to show this to the world. I think you're doing amazing works, and we entreat you to do more.
Thank you.
Alright. Alright, so on that note, well, yes, a lot of people have also contributed to what we are saying today. Is there anybody to say thank you or to give shout out?
So much.
Let's do that.
Kofi Hayfron.
One good evening, yeah?
Kofi Hayfron, you've done so much, and I just say thank you and God bless you.
Right.
Max TV, all those Morrison TV, and all those who have taken an interest in Padiki Arts and gotten us where we are. Razak, my website, Azuma, everybody. And my home people as well, and my boys. Thank you very much. Prince, Akwesi, and my girl, Gloria. She's always in this gallery, so you will always meet her here. Thank you very much. Okay.
Alright, so on that note, thank you very much. This is why we do educators. My name still remains and forever remains Rush General. My producer, and then on the camera is Miss Abna Santua. She's always been behind the cameras and giving us nice. Alright? From Padiki Arts Gallery, this is where we do the curtains. Meet us next week for another set of talent to be uncovered. It's uncovered right here every Sunday from 5 p.m. to 6:30. God bless all of you, and we meet next week. Thank you.